Hey there, Virgo. Welcome to reading for March 2023. We're going to jump right in here, Virgo, and we are going to see, we're basically doing a past, present, future, and so we're going to see like where your month is going to go this month. And you start off with this stranded card. You also have the Eight of Swords in your first position there. So I kind of feel like this is saying that in the past you have been feeling stuck or like not sure what direction to go in. I feel like you've been putting in the work, but it's kind of like, especially for those of you in work or business, I feel like you've been doing the things that you need to do, right, to be successful. But at the same time, it's like you're not so sure about the results. I get that for some of you. For others, this could be being a little bit stuck in a relationship situation. So, but again, I feel like it has to do with like not being sure like what type of person you want to go towards or have in your life, or, whatever the case may be. So it's been like a little bit stuck. I feel like you've been feeling like with the Knight of Pentacles as well, that you've been trying to get results. It's like you're hoping to make progress. Knight of Pentacles, I get a little bit of overthinking energy here in the first row. It is your past position. So it seems to me like this is an energy that you are kind of releasing or letting go of, and things could be improving because you're taking action. But the Knight of Pentacles kind of represents the fact that you could be very much over-prepared for, a business or to work on some sort of project, but he's like hesitating. He's not taking action on what's in front of him. And he, it's kind of like to the side of him, but it's an empty field where he could easily plant seeds. So I do feel like there's a need for you to kind of like set yourself free. You have the Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords is only seeing one way of doing things. So don't be afraid to try multiple ways of doing things, especially for those of you in work or business or career. I would say like open up to different ways of doing things. That will lead to the most success, which is kind of obvious. We have Pluto going into Aquarius, and as I've been preaching for a long time, that Pluto and Aquarius energy really rewards the opposite of the Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords, again, is only seeing one way, only one solution, when there are many solutions to problems, but not even problems, right? You could be successful in business and you could always do better. So, I feel like I would open up to those ideas. You have the Nine of Pentacles here. For those of you that have had issues in relationships recently, like I'm talking about like over the last year, maybe 2 years, I feel like maybe you are with a person who is too independent. You go this way to the, through the Devil to the Queen of Cups. It's like this person, it's like I feel like they want to be the Queen of Cups. They like want to be kind, caring, nurturing, but they're just not. You have the King and Queen of Swords here. So for some of you, it's like you could have been dealing with a person who was ice cold. And you have the Devil, but again, I don't think the Devil always has to be toxic. It could just be that, again, this person wouldn't open up, or maybe they were ice cold and they weren't very like nurturing. And I kind of feel, for whatever reason, I feel like you need support right now, or, it's like, I'm not saying you need anything. Someone always gets like, how dare you say I need support? I'm like, oh, sorry, right? Sorry. But, what I would say here is like, I feel like you need some support. It'd be nice to have a person who's like there to support you, to guide you, to help you, whatever, right? With the Eight of Swords, you have the Six of Swords. Yeah, at least you're moving away from this. I feel like you're moving away from the stuck feeling, and you're starting to set yourself free. So yeah, that's really all I'm getting there. I like that. Let's see where this goes. With the Knight of Pentacles, yes, you have the Star. It's time to get working on some sort of big dream. Again, Pluto and Aquarius. I know. People keep saying Pluto and Aquarius. I'm like, well, the next time Pluto's in Aquarius, you'll be dead, long gone, right? So you will never get this opportunity again in your life. So I would get working on something big, and it is a big deal. Again, the reason Pluto and Aquarius is such a big deal is because it's starting to move away from Earth. Pluto has an elliptical orbit. When it's in Capricorn, it's as close to the Earth as it possibly can get. Now it's moving into Aquarius. It's going away from the Earth, and it's starting to move as far away as it possibly can get. So that's why this is such an important time. That's one of the reasons. And I would be working on like some sort of big project or any big ideas that you have, anything that will make you stand out or get you attention, because those are the things that are going to be rewarded right now. You could also be attracting an Aquarius as well. With the Nine of Pentacles, you have the Nine of Cups. Yes, wishes, wish fulfillment, good things happening at this time. So I would definitely make a wish with the Nine of Cups. I do feel some sort of fulfillment here, like there's happiness, and I didn't even realize that you have the star twice right here. So star right here, and it's like you're making some sort of wish, and you end with the Judgment card, which is kind of like waking up to a new reality. So I feel like for some of you, maybe you're wishing for things to change, and they actually are, which is nice. Next, in your present position, you have this ears wide open card. I would be paying attention to everything that is going on around you. With the Devil showing up in this row, I would be paying attention to the things people say as well, because I think people are going to expose themselves to you very quickly, as in like who they really are, right? They're going to be exposing their true nature. And I feel like this is saying, don't ignore that. It's like maybe in the past you've ignored it when people say they're a cheater or a liar or whatever. And I feel like this is saying, trust what people say, right? They people can expose themselves very quickly. You have the Four of Cups, the Devil, and the Star. The Four of Cups is kind of like a little bit of, it's a card of contemplation and apathy. So I feel like you've been hoping for things in your life to go a certain way, and maybe they do, maybe they don't, but it's like you want more. I feel I want more with this Four of Cups energy. It's like that you're capable of doing more. I feel like, if it's financial, maybe that you're capable of making more. If it's in love, maybe that you're capable of creating a relationship where there is more love. Whatever it is, it's like there's a certain knowing that I get off of this Four of Cups. Four of Cups, sometimes I think it's like a card of manifestation. I always say that he's trying to manifest a cake, for example. It's like the Four of Cups says, he's disappointed because he's manifested the flour, the sugar, the eggs. But he just needs to mix it all together and pop it in the oven. And I kind of feel that energy for you. I feel like it's saying you need to mix everything together and pop it into the oven, whatever it is that you're doing. It's like I almost feel like there's a missing piece here as well. It's like if you have a business, maybe you don't have a website. It's like that's what I'm talking about. It's like there's some sort of ingredient that's missing. Same thing in love. It's like if you want love, maybe you want love, but maybe you're also afraid to have someone in your personal space. It's like obviously that's something that's going to have to be corrected, right? For you to have what you want. And whatever it is, doesn't matter. But I feel like you're kind of seeing these things now. You have the Devil. I actually do feel that you could be attracting a Capricorn into your life. So if you want love, could be a Capricorn. And if it is a Capricorn, I feel like it would be very, very good person for you. I don't get devil vibes here. I don't think this is like a bad person or anything like that. I'm also getting something about Aries. Like if you have Aries in your chart, there's no Aries here yet, but what I am saying is just intuitively, something is popping into my head as Aries, but it's you. So if you have Aries in your chart, if you happen to know your chart and you have like a Aries moon, Venus or Jupiter or something, important like that, or if you just have a bunch of planets in Aries, I feel like it definitely could be a Capricorn for some reason. It's popping into my head. And if it is, or if it's a person who maybe they have a lot of Capricorn in their chart, but they're not, then I feel like this could go very well for you. So, definitely something to pay attention to. With the Star here, again, I feel like some of you could be healing from just toxic situations in general. The thing with the Devil that I'm getting for you, though, is that for some of you, I don't think it's necessarily that you've been in toxic situations. I think it's more overgiving. The Devil, he has those bat wings traditionally, and that kind of represents an energy vampire. So I feel like for some of you, maybe you're guilty of always giving too much. Star represents giving to yourself, right? She's nurturing herself in the pool of water. She's about to be nurturing herself. So anything you can do to nurture yourself, take care of yourself, I feel like that would be a good idea for you at this time. Let's see. With the Four of Cups, you have the Wheel of Fortune. Yes, your fortunes are changing once you mix things together. It's like, how do we mix things together? We spin them around, right? Like in a blender. Or if you're making a cake, you mix it up with a wooden spoon or something. I don't know. Some baker expert will leave a comment, I'm sure, and will tell us all how to bake a cake, right? So, thank you for that. But also, the Wheel of Fortune, it spins. So things need to be mixed together. Things need to be mixed up here so that you can change your fortunes. I don't think this is something that's happening to you. I feel like it's saying it's something that could happen if you put the work in. With the Devil, yes, get your ass moving as always, Virgo. Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles, you have twice here. No progress towards your star. So I feel like you need to start making progress towards the star. What is the star? It's something that you feel is impossible. And I feel if there's ever a time where all of us could be accomplishing something impossible, it's right now, but we have to get started, right? With the Star card, you have the Emperor. Ho, you cannot make this up. What did I say? I said something about Aries, right? There you go. Right there. There's something about Aries, but I feel like it's you. So you could have Aries somewhere important in your chart, or again, take how it resonates. It could be this other person, I guess, as well. But I'm feeling it for your side. So that might only be for a few of you, which is fine. For the rest of you, I do feel like this is saying get moving. Aries, he takes the lead, the emperor, and he really gets moving towards the things that he wants to create in his life. So I feel going this way here, it's kind of like you go emperor, Queen of Swords, King of Swords, kind of says to me that you have all the knowledge and wisdom you need to be very successful, but you have to start making the moves. Next, in your future position, you have this Black Moon water card. It says dormant on it, and it also says isolation, but I feel like something inside of you is waking up here. We also see this with the Judgment card as well. So, and not only that, you have the Magician on the bottom of the clarification deck, which is interesting, so we'll have to see if that comes out. But I was about to say, this is like some sort of hidden talent, gift, skill, or ability that you have that I feel like you need to kind of reveal to the world. Everything here, you have the Queen of Cups, Queen of Swords, and the High Priestess. High Priestess represents something that needs to be revealed. She represents a mystery, and so I feel for some of you, the mystery is you. You have some sort of hidden talent, gift, skill, or ability. Pretty sure I've said this to you a bunch of times in the recent past, that you need to be expressing into the world because it could make you more successful, could lead to a lot of money, whatever it is, doesn't matter. I would get moving with that High Priestess. You also have the Queen of Swords here. Again, I feel like it's like you're waking up to something that has been dormant in your life. You're waking up to something that that you haven't expressed into the world. The Queen of Swords, she finally sees things clearly. She finally understands, the message she needs to deliver to the world, or she finally understands what she needs to work on, like for a project or a business or a relationship, whatever. Doesn't matter. She finally understands. And I feel like you understand. What do you understand? What do you understand here, Virgo? You understand that you need to listen to your heart. The Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups, she only values one thing. And the thing that she values is how she feels. So what is your heart guiding you to do, even if it's something that you've been kind of hiding from the world? And, it could be like some sort of goal, wish, or dream that you're nervous to reveal to the world. But something definitely needs to be revealed here. Or, it's like I said, it's like almost as if you're adding an ingredient into something that you're doing. Like if it's a business, like I said, it could be a website. Or maybe you need to promote yourself more in social media. Or something. Again, you're going to have to put your thinking cap on here. Obviously, I don't know all of your situations, but whatever it is, I would be doing it. Or I would find something, right? With the Queen of Cups, you have the Page of Wands. There's more fire. Again, I definitely get this like fiery vibe from a person. It's kind of interesting because a lot of people have had that fiery vibe type of thing. I kind of also feel, just based off the astrology, that it makes sense to me that we're all maybe more attracted to like a fiery type of person. So, again, it might not be a fire sign. It might just be a bold, assertive type of confident person. And that could be what you're attracting. I also feel this could be a new adventure that you're going on in your life. So that makes sense. With the Queen of Swords, you have the Five of Swords, some sort of risk that you have to take here. I do feel like some of you, of course, again, there's no need to talk about this a lot. People always say, like, oh, you're not talking about a breakup here with the Five of Swords. I'm like, okay, well, there are plenty of other readers that will tell you how horrible your life in your love life is, but that's not me, number one. I mean, that should be obvious at this point. But number two, it's like, yes, some of you could be going through a breakup here or a separation, but it's not even worth mentioning. So, it's just like, it is what it is. It's like, I don't know what people want me to say. It's like, if you're going through it, you're going through it, deal with it, and then move on. I don't know, maybe I'm too cold, but there you go. With the High Priestess, you have the Queen of Pentacles. And did we see a King of Pentacles? No, we had a Knight of Pentacles here, and twice showing up here. So again, it could be another earth sign that you're attracting, or I'd say it's an earthy person. But what I was saying about the Five of Swords is that, to me, it represents taking some sort of risk in your life. The risk could be anything. Could be starting a business. Could be, changing who you are in some way. Could have to do with like how you present yourself to the world. For most of you, I feel like it has to do with how you work, just based off of Saturn's move into Pisces this month. I feel like for a lot of you, it could have to might change your daily routine. You might start working on different projects or different things as well, or you are working differently in like work or business or career. Even if you're retired, you might start working on your health. You might start working on your daily routine if you're retired or something like that. Whatever it is, I feel like it's going to provide more resources. These could be energetic resources, financial resources, any type of resource, plain and simple. At the end here for your outcome, you have this new moon in Taurus. It says, know your worth. Yes, choice. I feel like you need to stand up for your values. With the Queen of Cups showing up here twice, whatever those values are, I kind of do feel for those of you that want love, I kind of get like a little bit of testing energy where there could be a person who very clearly does not match your values, but maybe they look good. Like, again, pass the test, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, don't go out with them or avoid them if you know that it's not right. Of course, I would never suggest that you don't go out on a date, like get to know a person, but, don't stick around if you know it's not right. It's popping into my head. And I feel it's almost like the universe saying, are you really going to fall for this again, or are you going to wait for the right thing? And I would never suggest waiting, but here's the difference, right? Is like, I think you can wait till the cows come home, and that's how you end up single at 60 with a bunch of cats, right? Is just waiting and waiting and waiting for something that just doesn't exist, right? But here's the difference. If you put the work in, you go out and you meet a person and do the things that you need to do to find the right person, then you will find them. So don't just, I don't suggest just sitting around and waiting and just expecting something to show up, of course, right? So I would get out there, but I also feel like you need to know what your worth is. But we also have to be honest with ourselves about what our worth is as well. And again, the good news is we can change it, right? If we feel like, hey, I'm not measuring up, I don't bring enough to the table, or whatever that BS is, right? I don't even care. But what I would say is, if we're honest with ourselves and say, I need to change this, then it's like, what can you do to make yourself more attractive? Someone always gets offended. How dare you say I'm not attractive? I'm like, well, you're clearly not, because you're not willing to look at yourself, right? So what I would say here is, it's like, what can you do? Can you look at yourself and say, oh, maybe I'm not doing X, Y, and Z, and I could change that so that I can actually attract a good person, right? And so that's what I would be doing here. You have the King of Swords. So again, I feel this is a Queen of Swords, King of Swords situation. Either some of you are going through a divorce or separation, or again, you could be dealing with a situation with a person who's being very cold and distant. I honestly feel that you could still be holding on to the situation just a little bit with the Four of Pentacles, but I also kind of feel like this is saying that you're very much more focused on your own stability with the Four of Pentacles. I kind of feel like you're saying to yourself, well, the situation is what it is. I need to focus on kind of increasing my finances or stabilizing myself in the world or whatever. Again, you could be focusing on improvements, right? So that you can attract a much better person into your life, or so that you can get your dream job, or whatever the case may be. You also have the Judgment card here. I really feel this is about you exposing something about yourself with that Dormant card. But it's not like it's not something bad. This is something good, like a hidden talent, gift, skill, or ability, or, a dream that you've always wanted to accomplish. So I would go for it here, Virgo, and I would really put in the work here to get things going. I feel like saying the word Gemini. I don't know if I just said Gemini or not, but I feel like saying Gemini. So some of you could be dealing with a Gemini. You could also have Gemini energy in your chart. I also feel that it could also just be a clue to me as a reader. I feel like I keep getting this Gemini thing popping into my head, and I just have to get it out. So what I would say is, I feel like there are two ways to look at everything, which is true in all areas of life. And I feel like it's saying be open to both ways of looking at things. But I'm talking about business or something. It's maybe there's one approach to your business, but maybe there's another approach. It's look at both sides, because there could be something better over here than there is over here, where you're at. And I don't know, it popped into my head. Very weird. With the King of Swords, you have the Hangman, two Pisces cards. I always say, I'm a Pisces, okay? Pisces has been all up in everybody's business. So if you're cross-watching Pisces, I'm calling myself out here too. Get over it, is what I would say. But, there could be some little, Pisces that is interested in you or something. Or maybe you're interested in a Pisces. I don't know. Whatever. Go for it. With the Four of Pentacles, you have the Four of Cups. There it is. Yes, something has to be added. The ingredients need to be mixed together here. Something has to be mixed and then popped in the oven, right? So I kind of feel you're in this gestation time, where it's you're putting a bun in the oven. Maybe not literally here. We're talking about figuratively. This looks like a very creative reading. There are no cards of creation here. Literally, you have no cards that would represent the creation of anything. But I really feel this could be kind of encouraging you to get started on creating something new in your life. With the Judgment card, you have the Ace of Cups. You could be waking up to a really solid love offer here. So I do feel like there could be just a really solid love offer coming in for you. Very interesting reading here, Virgo. I like it. We're going to pull 5 main themes now and see what else wants to come up for you in the month of March. You have this Happiness card. Yes, I feel there's a lot of happiness coming in for you. I really feel you're creating your own happiness. And Star twice. Star twice would kind of tell me that you're focusing that you should be focusing on creating your own happiness, but you should also be focusing on anything that makes you feel more hopeful, that makes you feel more faithful, that makes you feel all those things. So that's what I'll say there. You have this horse. It says short journey on it. It wouldn't surprise me if you were traveling. It also wouldn't surprise me if someone was traveling towards you. So some of you could have a visitor. You have this lightning card. It says control your anger or you will be sorry. I think this is true for everyone. I mean, we're getting to the end of Mars and Gemini. So, speaking of Gemini, I would say no outbursts at this time. You have this rabbit. It says too much concern with sexual matters. I did say bun in the oven. So again, I would be careful of getting pregnant here for sure. And you have this crib. It says birth or conception of a child or an enterprise. So whoopsie, I would be careful here and make sure that you don't have a whoopsie here, Virgo. But again, this could also just be something new that you are creating in your life. So really interesting. I like it. I like where this is going in general. So thank you for being here and definitely enjoy your month.